I want to talk with you today about the used RV market. You may or may not know this, but I own a lot, dozens and dozens and dozens of RVing and camping Facebook groups from one end of the country to the other. And I have noticed in the last 60 days, 90 days, an explosion in the number of used RVs that are coming on the market. If you are considering selling your RV, I want to caution you, please do not make an emotional decision. I'm going to give you some things to think about here that will hopefully help you to make a more rational decision. Now, most people that are selling, I think this is true, have bought their RV in the last couple of years. The pandemic put a lot of people, millions and millions of people started RVing because of the COVID. It was a great way to get outside, spend quality time together, and RVing boomed, obviously. RVing, as I often say, is not for everybody. I think most people like RVing. But with all the uncertainty, with the high gas prices, with the shortages, with the cost of food, camping prices, everything seems to be going through the roof. Many people are getting scared to death. They are. And fear is a bad thing. Politicians love fear because fear is a way to control people. I don't like fear. I would advise that you try to not be afraid. Be reasonable, be measured, be honest. You can be concerned, but don't be scared. When you're scared, you typically don't make really good decisions. Now, if you did buy an RV in the last year or two, today is a different world than it was back then. If you financed your RV, I got to tell you, there's a chance, a big chance, that you are upside down and you owe a lot more on your RV than it is worth. Now, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm not a financial planner or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just an observer. But this is what I see, and what my gut tells me is that somehow, some way, book values on RVs are too high. They've been too high. How'd they get that way? I don't know. But RVs sold for so much more than they should have sold over the last 2 years. Demand, supply and demand, they were so expensive. And what that means is when the book value went up, banks are like, hey, we'll go ahead and loan on that. Well, now the world has changed. The RV market, the used RV market, is getting more back to normal. And there's too many used RVs that are coming on the market. Some things that I'm concerned about. I'm concerned that, number one, you may make a rational decision. We got to sell this thing. We got to get out of the payments. Don't do that yet. Please don't do it yet. I still believe that camping and RVing is one of the greatest things that you can do for you and your family. It's good for your physical health, your mental health. It's good for your spiritual health. It can be. If you're looking at just bailing, like a lot of people are, I say it's like ripping the Band-Aid off. It's hard. It hurts. And if you're upside down in your RV, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay that upside down fee. And I'm telling you, some people are going to owe $20,000 and more than their RV is actually worth in today's market. Who are you going to get mad at? The dealer, the bank, yourself, a little bit of everybody? When you find out, and people are finding out, oh my God, how much money do we owe on this RV? There's no way. Many people right now that are going to sell their RV, they're saying, well, I bought it for this, and this is what I owe on it. So you know what? We just want to get out of the payment, so we're just going to ask what we owe on it. Well, you're going to ask for a long time. Most people are going to ask for a long time, and they're not going to get it. The market is going down. Now, here's some suggestions. If you find yourself on the fence, you're like, I think we need to sell. Before you do that, I've got some ideas. Number one, if you do sell, you're probably not going to get back in. And I'd hate to see that. If you loved RVing, if you love RVing and camping, don't sell. It's the last thing you need to do. Look at what you owe. Get a reasonable value of your RV, a real value. Contact a dealer. What would you buy it for, dealer? And be ready. Don't get mad at them. You're going to find out they're not going to give you as much as you're hoping you're going to get. Look at that, go, oh my gosh, if we got rid of this thing now, we'd owe this much money. How are we going to pay that back? And we're not going to have that money to go camping. What are we going to do instead? Sit at home? Some people might. Or if you financed your RV, there's a good chance, I'd say better than a 50% chance, that the dealer sold you an ESP, an extended service protection plan. You know, it's sort of like an extended warranty on a vehicle. But if you were someone that did buy one of those ESPs, you paid, I would say, at least $2,000, $2,500, and maybe up to $7,000 or $8,000 for that ESP. So if you're looking at options, the first thing I'd do is I'd find out what your RV is worth. Did you buy an ESP? How much did you pay for that ESP? Because you can get that money back. That is your money. You've already paid for it. Now, let's just say, for example, you've got you paid, I don't know, $5,000 for your ESP. You've only used it 1 year. That means you've got $4,000 left. That $4,000 can come back to you. It can go back to your loan. Pay down the balance that you owe on your loan. Don't let your ESP just sit there and go away because you have paid for it. It's your money. You have to, by law, you will get that money back in every state you live in. Your unpaid or your prepaid premium, the unused part of your prepaid premium, you will get back, but you have to do it the right way. If you bought from Camping World, I'm going to drop a link down below where their forms, how you can cancel your ESP if you bought one from Good Sam and through Camping World with your purchase. But the other thing you can do is look at options, I don't know, the rental pool option. Well, I don't want to do that. Well, just look at it. You don't have to do it. A lot of people have decided, you know what? I'm going to try to rent my RV out. They go to RV Share or Outdoorsy, or they choose one of these rental pools, and they can subsidize the payment, make a little bit of money, so the payment's not going to be quite so painful for you. I do need to caution you before you go and throw your RV into a rental pool that you got to check around, because you're going to look at the commercials on TV. Of course, everybody makes lots of money, up to $3,000 a month or $4,000 a month renting my RV. That is the exception. It's not the rule. Check around, because if your RV needs repairs, if you don't know how to take care of your RV, you think some newbie, some beginner is going to know how to take care of it? I don't. But it is a way to subsidize and mitigate the high cost of keeping that RV if you decide to keep it. Another thing you can do, go to your lender and be honest. That lender, if you stop making payments on your RV, here's the keys, you can have it back. That lender doesn't want it back. Be honest with them. Now, hopefully they'll be honest with you and may tell you something that you don't want to hear. But go and talk with your lender. Get a credit report, an updated credit report. Can they do anything with the financing to help you? Because you have put yourself in that financial situation. You're the one that signed on the bottom line. You can get mad at me for saying that. And yes, I think a lot of dealers have taken advantage of people. I think banks have taken advantage of people. But you're the one. You're the one, if you owe money on your RV, you sign that loan paper, you're the one that put your name on the bottom line. So check with your lender, find the real value, and look at your family. Who RVs with you? Your family's only going to be young once. If you have children or grandchildren, 2 or 3 years from now, those will be gone if you sell your RV, gone. I'm telling you, kids, I read a Facebook post the other day, and it just made me feel so good. It started out so negative. We had this problem and that problem. The air conditioner didn't work. This didn't work. That didn't work. But by God, we were going to go camping. And guess what? They did. And they showed all the pictures, and the kids were having a ball. They were hot. Yeah, they were hot. Oh, whoa. I know it's not comfortable, but the kids don't care. They want to have fun. And those fun times, those memories, they'll carry with them for decades. So I know the economy is scary. You know, the stock market is mainly it's going down recently. And fuel prices are high. Tensions are high. People are worried. They're concerned. I'm concerned. I just want you to know that camping is an escape. What are you going to do if you sell your camper? I don't know. It's not for everybody, camping and RVing, but it sure is for a lot of people. As I said, it's good for your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. It's certainly good for your relationships, or it can be. So think about it before you go putting your RV on the for sale deal on one of our Facebook groups. Contact your lender, find out what the RV is really worth. If you bought an ESP, you can cancel it, contact the dealer, as I said, I've got a link down below if you bought from a Good Sam ESP through Camping World. Consider your options. Consider putting it into a rental pool. Don't just throw in the towel because, well, everybody else is doing it. The bigger the market gets, the more used RVs come on the market, the lower the price is going to be, right? So think about it before you throw in the towel. Let me know what you think. Do you see dark times ahead? I do. I see dark times, and I don't know how long those dark times are going to be here for, but I am not going to let go of camping and RVing and all the good things that go with it. So throw a comment down below, give this a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share it on social media, and let me know what you think. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you next time.